and I get lots of questions. Questions from as basic as, can I get a mortgage given my circumstances? Right up to complex scenarios from very experienced landlords that perhaps have multiple properties and they want to understand if they can recalibrate their finance and release further equity and buy other property in limited company structures, etc., etc. So really, I'm very happy to have a chat from anyone who's a first-time buyer, first-time landlord, right the way through to someone who is highly experienced and has multiple property holdings and has a lot of complexities to their circumstances. We may not be able to cover everything in 15 minutes, but we can do a fairly good job to get an understanding of your setup and to see if we can help. So hopefully that explains how the call works. And I suppose secondly, I wanted to have a little chat around why that discovery call is quite important. Because I do have clients and we obviously have a quote system. You have a way of registering your interest and filling in an online form and all of that sort of stuff. And that's all very good. And I do have clients that I've actually never spoken to face to face, but have actually sorted a mortgage out for them without even speaking to them, which sounds unusual, but it does happen. But I do think the discovery call is particularly important to build that level of trust between you, the client, and me, the advisor, and to understand your setup, your circumstances. And there can be things that are on a form that don't necessarily capture everything that you might want to tell me or that you might want to cover off in terms of your mortgage application. So I think I've explained how the call works, why it's important. And I suppose then the next aspect I wanted to talk about a little bit around is getting an understanding for your plans and what your strategy is. And this is really quite vital because I've got clients that may have a lot of capital to deploy, and quite often get clients that join a call. They're living and working in the Middle East. They're on, 100,000 sterling a year or more, quite often more, up to 200,000 quite frequently. And they have built up quite a bit of capital, and they're looking to deploy that in the UK, and it could be for one property for their family use, or they might want to be building a portfolio to buy multiple properties in order to be able to retire at a future time. And so discussing all of those things is quite important, because then I can formulate a plan based around what maybe your strategy is, or what your approach or what your desire is in terms of buying UK property, etc. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an overview. There's a few things I just wanted to cover in terms of like data protection and things like that.